Thank you, everybody. Good morning. Awesome to see you. What a great day. And is this a good-looking crowd or what? This is amazing. Look around, everybody. Man, you look good. It's unbelievable. I always thought you were uglier than that. That's pretty good. Looking good. What a great day. And I'll tell you what, you are surrounded, just in case you may be new, you're surrounded by the best people in the world. No question about it. Best doctors, best staff, best people, best heart. You got to love it. I'm honored to be a part of it. Honored to be a part of this day, and it's going to be a great one. As a matter of fact, I have some great news for you. You are in the right place at the right time. This is when dreams become reality. This is when you see how it can be done. Because, you see, it starts out with just you saying something about yourself that you need to say because you say a lot of other gunk stuff. You might as well say some good stuff. Who are you anyway? Boy, thank God for cheat sheets, huh? How many of you have used cheat sheets all your life? Yeah, the rest of you are liars. All right, good. Tell you the truth, with all the things you've said, you need to say some things that are true, like you are amazing. You are inspiring. But let me just tell you something. It isn't enough to be amazing and inspiring. Whenever you set out to be amazing and inspiring, here's what you're going to find out. There's going to be all kinds of reasons to be stoppable. And you've got to decide before it happens that you are going to be unstoppable. You make the decision beforehand. You make the decision that that's going to be the way it is. And every single one of us in here have reasons to be stoppable. Every single one of us have had obstacles. How many in here have had problems? It's a pretty big club. How many of you have had problems that you thought were insurmountable? I would have said that no arms and no legs was pretty insurmountable. I don't know about you, but my heart still skips a beat when he jumps into the water. Does that get you guys? When he dives into the water, what are you doing? I'm thinking, I would have dove in. Would you? If I said I would have dove in. Unstoppable. Playing golf. I'm thinking if he doesn't have excuses, what do we got? Truth of the matter is, we are unstoppable. But you got to know what really makes it happen. As a matter of fact, every single one of you in here, I'm not talking to the majority. I'm talking to all of you. You have a specific purpose and dream for your life and for being here. I believe that. Not only do I believe that you have a dream, I believe it's an awesome dream. I believe it's an amazing purpose. And I also believe that it is a God-given dream. I believe that you are here with a God-given purpose to be amazing and inspiring and unstoppable. But understand, whenever you set out to do that God-given dream, which means then that's God's will for your life, which means then you have to accomplish it, that there's going to be all kinds of obstacles and things. So you must decide that you are not only amazing, you are not only inspiring, but you are also what? Unstoppable. That is right. Unstoppable. Now, how can we put ourselves into the category of unstoppable? Here's what the unstoppables have, and we're going to spend the morning talking about these things, but this is just a brief overview. The unstoppables have the power of priorities. Most people don't live by priorities. They're just pushed to whatever fires need to be put out. Most people don't spend their time doing the things that will get them to the dream. They just spend their time doing stuff. The unstoppables do dream work only. They have priorities. They set their priorities to it. The unstoppables have the power of a good work ethic. Everybody else searches for the entitlements. Everybody else searches for the easy. Everybody else searches for the hand it to them. The unstoppables know that if they're going to reach this dream, it's going to take some hard work. Also, the unstoppables have the power of purpose. They believe that they have a high calling for their life. They believe that they were not just here to exist. They are not here to make a living. They are not here just to have a job. They are not here just to go home. They are here to fulfill a purpose and a dream. They have a calling to making a difference, to making history. The Unstoppables have the power of endurance. The power of endurance basically speaks to the fact that the reason why many people don't live the dream is because they quit before they get there. That's why I love isn't it terrific? And do you remember in the Olympics, he had spent his whole life working for this one race. He heads out in this race and he pulls a hamstring. Everybody else would have stopped. He's worked the whole time. He's going to finish the race. And then to see his dad come out there next to him, awesome. The Unstoppables have the power of team. They know that their dream is so great that they can't get there by themselves. They must incorporate others. The Unstoppables have the power of being a specialist. They are not here to be a little bit of everything, but here to fulfill a specific purpose on the planet. So when you have all these things, that's what makes you unstoppable. Interestingly enough, though, 98% of the people on this planet are stoppable. The 98% that you see and walk with and talk to and all that, they get stopped. Lots of people get stopped. We've all been stopped. In fact, everybody in here has been stopped. How many of you ever been stopped before? By a policeman? Oh, wait. We've all been stopped. And we haven't stopped to look at why we got stopped so that it doesn't happen again. What is it that stops the 98%? How come everybody isn't living the dream? What stops them? Well, let's take a look at some of those things. I'll tell you one of the big stoppers. One of the big stoppers is the small stuff. It's the busy stuff. One of my favorite quotes is, "It isn't the boulder in the road that stops the traveler. It's the pebble in the shoe." And the truth of the matter is, our life becomes encompassed with hundreds of small things instead of being totally focused on the main thing. And so what happens is we have 98% lives that are all busy and just busy doing stuff. Have you ever noticed what a contest we have in our society right now of who's busiest? Everybody's busy. Everybody's busy. There isn't anybody in here who isn't busy. We're all busy. Oh, how you doing? Oh, I'm busy. Busy. Hey, how you doing? Oh, busy. You're busy? Oh, yeah, busy doing it. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I'm busier than you are. No, I'm busy. Oh, no. Have you seen this? Hey, have you seen this TV show? Oh, no. I'm too busy to watch TV. No, I don't see TV. I'm what? Busy. Hey, did you see this movie? Oh, no. I don't know when I've seen a movie last because I'm so busy. Oh, yeah, we're busy. Let me tell you what we're busy doing. Gunk stuff. We're busy doing stuff that does not matter. We're busy putting out all kinds of little bitty fires in our world. We're busy doing just these small stuff. And it's this small stuff that is the cancer of business that eventually kills us so that we don't accomplish the dream. It kills the dream and it stops the 98%. So, I even sent out an email to our coaches. I said, send me some things. What is it that stops some of your integrity doctors? What is it that, and here's some of the things I thought was pretty interesting. Well, here's just what, I've been trying to get him to do the How to Stay Young class, but no, I can't get him to do the How to Stay Young class. How come? Because he doesn't have time. So then I look up his stats, and he has 10 new patients a month. Now, he doesn't have time to do the new How to Stay Young class, but he has 10 new patients a month. That's one new patient every 3 days. Rats, what are you doing? You are still what? Busy. Yeah, we don't know doing what, but I'm thinking 10 new patients. My word, man, you've got more time than you know what to do with. I mean, shoot, with 10 new patients a month, you don't have to do just a report of findings, right? You can do spendovers. Spend the night with these people. Go with them, have supper, spend the night, get to know the kids. Stay in one every 3 days. How come you're busy? You're doing stupid stuff. Well, they don't have time to do their new patient activities. I can't get them to do patient activities. How come you haven't done this? How come you haven't done that? Oh, no, we don't have time. We don't have time. How come you didn't do this new patient activity? Well, we were going to, but we just haven't had time. We're too... Yeah, right. And they have 30 patient visits a week. 30 patient visits a week, and they don't have time to do the new patient activities. 30. How much time does it take to do 30 patient visits? Rats. Nathan, could you do 30 patient visits in a morning? You could, couldn't you? Do you 30? Have you done 30 new patient visits? Yeah. Have you done more? Yeah. How many have you done in the morning?
35.
35? Let me ask you this. What are you doing the other 4.5 days? You don't have time. You can do 30 patient visits in a morning. So what's the deal, everybody? You're busy doing the small stuff, the stuff that does not get you to the dream. That's what hurts. Therefore, you know what we have to do is when I ask our coaches, here's one of the things I found. I found that there's a lot of integrity doctors that if they miss their call because they are too... But you know who doesn't miss them? The bigger the practice, the busier the doctor, the less they miss their calls. Isn't that interesting? You know why? Let me tell you why. The person who's living the dream wouldn't even think of missing their call. Let me tell you why they wouldn't miss their call. Because that's dream work. That's getting them where they need to go. That's taking care of the dream. The people who miss the calls are doing junk stuff, gunk stuff, busy stuff, small stuff, and missing the big thing. People who are dream conscious, dream oriented, people who are living the dream, people who are unstoppable wouldn't think of missing their call because that's what takes them closer to their dream. The ones who miss it are doing things that don't even matter. I'll give you some examples. One of our coaches had a doctor who was going to miss the conference for the weekend. They're going to miss the conference. How come you're going to miss it? They were going to a technique seminar. Now you guys... Let's think this through just a little bit. I checked this guy out, and he had 5 new patients for the month. And he's going to miss the integrity conference to go to a technique seminar. Now, could we think this through for a minute? What difference does it make what your technique is if there's nobody to treat? You're all dressed up and no place to go. You got on a tuxedo and you're sitting in front of the TV burping on the couch. Truth of the matter is, you don't need to put on a tuxedo if you're just going to sit on the couch and watch TV. You don't need a technique seminar if you don't have anybody to treat. All in favor say aye. You got to get what's important. Get your priorities right. Is there anything wrong with technique? No, but let me just get you this. Here's when I would go to a technique. You want to know when I'd go to another technique seminar? I'm going to tell you, you know when I'd go to another when the patients I'm having aren't getting well. My first question to you would be, because I'm a results-oriented person, I would ask you, I said, well, you want to go to technique seminar? My first question would be, what are your patients not getting well? No, they're doing great. So you're wanting to improve on great. And you got 5 new patients for the month. I don't get it, you guys. You're doing stuff that you want to do instead of stuff that you got to do to make the dream happen. Does that make sense to you? You've got to get your priorities right. Oh, I had this other doctor. Here's another one. This is a popular one these days. Yeah, we need electronic health records. They need electronic health records. Yeah. They got 10 new patients a month and they need electronic health records. Yeah, right. Because, by the way, as soon as you make this changeover, is that going to be a huge focus buster or what? It's going to be a huge focus buster for those of you who know. You're going to have a huge focus buster. It's going to take huge dollars. It's going to take away huge focus. And here's the deal. If you got 10 new patients a month, you don't need electronic health records. You need a big chief tablet and a number 2 pencil. Just being real with you. Just being honest, you guys. Stop doing stupid stuff. Stop doing small stuff. Stop doing busy stuff. Now, let me just say here real quick. Let me just say, because I know people get mad, and they say, let me tell you something. It isn't that small stuff is bad stuff. This is what we confuse. I'm not saying bad stuff. None of you in here are doing bad stuff. I'm not talking about evil stuff, bad stuff, mean stuff. It's good stuff. But it's not stuff that takes you to the dream. You can't make your decisions of your time and your priorities. You can't make those decisions based on whether something is good or bad. Can electronic health records be good? Sure, it could be good, but is it what's going to take you to the dream right now? Is that number one priority? You must be priority-oriented. The unstoppables have the power of priorities, and this is what they do. They discipline themselves to doing dream work only. Everybody say that.
Dream work only.
That's right. So tomorrow when you wake up, you're going to do what?
Dream work only.
On Monday, you go into the office and you're going to do what?
Dream work only.
That means you're not going to do a lot of stuff. Now, by the way, this works for the home, it works for the office, it works for everything. Rats, before you know it, isn't it true? Before you know it, you can be a part of 10 leagues, 14 Bible studies, 7 committees. You're running around to all kinds of stuff. And are they good committees? Are they good Bible studies? Yeah. But are they dream work? In other words, I got to do this to accomplish the dream. You'll find out lots of good stuff needs to be flushed. Because although you're doing good stuff, it's really ultimately only busy stuff, which then ultimately doesn't accomplish the dream. And it's the good stuff, but it's the small stuff that makes you stoppable instead of unstoppable. The unstoppable have the power of priorities. They are not going to do good work. They're only going to do what kind of work?
Dream work.
Dream work. Thank you. Some of you already forgot. It's only been 3 minutes. Come on, help me out here. You're not going to do good work. You're going to do what kind of work?
Dream work.
Everybody does good work. You don't do good work. You do what kind of work?
Dream work.
Dream work.
Only.
That's correct. Let's look at another one. I think we got that one. That was good. Second thing that stops the 98% is the constant search for the easy. Aren't you amazed at how many people try to cheat the system? How many people try to get around the system? How many people try to get stuff the easiest way possible, and in the search for easy, they don't get the job done. The search for easy stops the 98%. Now, the easy is doing the things kind of a lot of times that we think will skirt around and it'll be shortcuts. We like shortcuts. And because we like shortcuts, then we do things that we think will be a shortcut. How do I know this? If you'll flip through, for instance, a Chiroeconomics magazine or something, you'll see all kinds of advertisements that are basically telling you, here's where you can skip all the stuff. You don't have to work. You don't have to blink. You don't have to do anything. You buy this, and I'm telling you, your practice will explode. Right? All you have to do is buy this Model 900. Not sure what the 899 models were before that, but if you buy this Model 900, then your practice will explode, buddy. And you don't even have to do anything. No. It's all there. It's the search for easy. So we buy this stuff. We buy these things. We do these things thinking that it's the lottery that will do it, thinking that it's this easy thing to skip it. So let me make you some absolutes for you to write down and get. Will you get this? I'm telling you this as clearly as I can. Let me help you with this. There is no lottery technique. Am I against techniques? Come on, am I against techniques? No, I like techniques. As a matter of fact, your technique is the best one. Without a doubt, without a question. But there is no lottery technique. Let me tell you something. I get to see 2,000 clinics all across the country at the same time. And when I look at the clinics that are exploding and the ones that aren't, I can never tell which ones are exploding by the technique that they use. Catch this as a clue. Here's your sign. If the technique grew the practice, then I would be able to look at growing practices and say, oh yeah, they all use. But you know what? And I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. You ready for this? But it doesn't really matter. The technique, it doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, let me tell you how much it doesn't matter. You take me to your neighborhood or any neighborhood you want to choose, and I'll go around and I'll ask your community, I'll do a survey, and in that survey I'll ask them what their favorite chiropractic technique is. Give it to me in order. You know what the answer is going to be, don't you, everybody? They're what? They're not going to be able to name one, are they? Come on, be honest, are they? The technique thing is for your ego only. It is for your enjoyment only. It is not theirs. Now look, there's nothing wrong with enjoying a good technique. Nothing wrong with it. And do I want you to have one? Yeah. But it isn't what's going to explode your practice. And when they tell you that it is, they are lying. By the way, I've never seen a practice grow in direct proportion to the number of initials after a doctor's name. It's like there's a contest anymore. So why don't we just go ahead and put the whole alphabet and let's get it over with. Meanwhile, let's get back to what really matters. Dream work only. Everybody got it? Technique. There is no lottery technique. A technique will not grow your practice. But do you owe it to your patients to get them well? Absolutely. And if you're not, get a technique that'll get them well. I'm for that. Just don't do it thinking that you're going to grow the practice. Technique is good. But that's to get the patient well. That has nothing to do with growing the practice. Everybody see the difference? There's a big difference. There is no lottery equipment. Name it, you guys. Rats, you love to run to this stuff. You buy this and the thing, here we go. Hand scans, palm readers, foot scans. Wow, man, we're gut sculptors. We got so many things going on. It's absolutely amazing. We got Model 900s. We got, you name the deal. Now look, you guys. Am I against equipment? No, I'm not against equipment. Would I have equipment? Yes, I would have equipment. Would I expect it to explode the practice? No, you're absolutely nuts to think it's going to explode the practice. Nobody knows and nobody cares. It isn't, you don't win the lottery with equipment. So don't buy it. Get in on this billion-dollar industry. Yeah, right. You can't live the dream because you bought a piece of equipment. All in favor say aye. There is no lottery product. So whether it's equipment or it's a product. Can vitamins explode your practice? No, they cannot. I'm sorry, but it cannot. Are vitamins good? Yes. Do I take them? Yes. Should you have them in the office? Sure. Should you have them because that's what's going to explode your practice? No. It isn't going to do it. Let me tell you something. I have been around the block a bunch of times. And in 20 some odd years, let me tell you something. I've seen all kinds of practices gone everywhere, and I'll hear these people say, yeah, we have a nutrition practice. We have a nutrition practice. What do you mean you have a nutrition practice? You have a chiropractic practice that has some nutrition in it. But let me just tell you, like what do you want me to say? You want me to just be totally honest? I have gotten up and I have taught at Brimhall seminars as an example. Might as well, I guess, be honest on some of them, which is some of the elite top nutrition type stuff. Wowee, the studies are fantastic. The vitamins are tremendous. And wowee, you get around these doctors, and let me tell you something. When I taught at those deals, let me just tell you this. Some of the smartest people I ever met in my life were in that room. I tell you, these were smart doctors. And were they good doctors? Wowee, yes, they were. And I'm telling you, I loved these people, and they were great people. They were awesome. They were sincere. And you talk about a heart, these doctors have heart, huge hearts. And they're broke. Now look, I'm for a huge heart. But I think there should be huge heart and reward, not a huge heart and penalty. I want you to understand the priorities and the place of everything. Nutrition is good, but what's going to get us where we need to go? Chiropractic. A pill can't get you there. Everybody get that? Are vitamins good? Will they explode your practice? No, they won't. And I'm telling you, it's been tried. It's been proved. Let me say something. And here's one of the reasons why. And this is what I want everybody to get. The reason why I'm telling you about these things, whether it's vitamins, orthotics, or orthotics good? Sure, they're good. Weight loss. Is weight loss good? Sure, it's good. It's good. It's good. But let's go back to the first point. Good isn't the priority here. There's lots of good things. I don't know of a Bible study that isn't a good thing, but I can't go to all of them. I got to kind of choose what I'm going to do, you guys. Here's the deal. We have gotten off on stuff that's messing us up. Here's how you decide. What is it that you do that nobody else can do? The adjustment. Thank you, Dr. Crisco. The adjustment. What is it that you can do that nobody else can do? The adjustment. You guys? Can I go to Walmart and get an adjustment? Can I go to Walgreens and get an adjustment? Can I go to Walgreens and get a custom orthotic? Can I go to Walmart and get a custom orthotic? Yes, I can. And let me tell you something, my wife went to buy some New Balance shoes the other day. First thing they did was take her over to another foot scan, to a bigger screen than you've got with more colors on it. And it showed her amazing skin and amazing colors and fitted her with amazing custom orthotics. Here's your problem, everybody. Oh, I know what we say. I know. We say, oh yeah, but those are crap. Those are cruddy. You don't want those cruddy old things. We have a real one. Okay. But let me just say this. You're competing with some big fish, you guys. Big. Do you know how big Walmart is? Think. I hate to break the news to you, but they're bigger than we are. Did you know that? But what can Walmart not do that you can? The adjustment. Now, buddy, remember what gets us here. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Just hang on, man. Hang on. You want to explode your practice? What do you explode your practice with? The adjustments. It's chiropractic. And chiropractic means with. And by the way, how many of you in here got hands? Oh, rats, you don't even have to buy anything. I hate it when that happens. Here's another one. What's that?
I was planning on going shopping. You killed that.
I killed that one. It's out of here. There are no lottery codes either. Just want to set the record straight. No lottery codes. Man, some of you guys go code shopping like crazy. Running to state associations and seminars for codes. Oh yeah, we got codes. Oh yeah, oh my word, man. What in the deal? Here's the thing. Establish in your mind there are no lottery codes. You hit the dream life, you're going to hit it with chiropractic. You're not going to hit it with codes. Well, they were nothing until we got these codes. I'm telling you. Okay, let's just real quick here. Let's talk. There's 3-day Medicare seminars where you have to go to a university. Okay, then let me just ask you. Does Medicare pay for exams? Does Medicare pay for x-rays? Does Medicare pay for therapy? Does Medicare pay for maintenance? Rats. What do they pay for? The adjustments. And how many codes are there for an adjustment? 3. What do? You spend 3 days, what? 1 code a day memorizing it? How long does it take? How long? It's 3 stinking codes. Well, yeah. You can't code your way to prosperity. Hang it. There is no lottery, period. Few people have won it, I guess. But I'm not messing with it. I'm not going to bank my life on a lottery anything. Does everybody understand? You don't bank your life on the lottery. You don't live the dream by winning the lottery. You do it by being unstoppable and amazing and inspiring. All in favor say aye. Aye. Can you believe how long it took me to get down here? You've been safe for all this time, and now you're not. It's over. What have we got to do? We got to do what's right, you guys. We got to stop searching for easy. But wait, there's more. You guys ever watch commercials? I love that. They're always giving away, and they tell you all about this part. But wait, there's more already. There's more. Have you seen the latest lottery one, you guys? Yep. Big here. Oh, yeah, the government is writing checks for $150,000 a year for you just to close your stinking doors and just go around and talk to businesses and give them a wellness seminar. Really? Wow, yeah. And we'll show you the wellness seminar. And then they just write checks. I got one message for you. Send me a copy of the checks. I want to see them. I want to see these $150,000 of checks written out to you because they're so desperate for somebody to teach a wellness class. Yeah. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. How goofy is that, you guys? And it's very hard to fall for it if you're not looking for a lottery anyway. But if you're wanting a lottery, you'll fall for anything. Let me help you. This is stupid. Now, there was in the health care bill, there was some money in the health care bill for wellness classes. But first of all, it hasn't been funded yet. That's why they're going to have a hard time showing me the check. It hasn't even been funded yet. It hasn't been voted on to be funded yet. And as of Tuesday, what do you guys think are the odds? Think maybe we ought to hang this lottery. What do you think? And get back to doing what? And the adjustments are dream work only. Good thing. That's right. Chasing after all these lotteries stops you from doing what you need to do to win. So save all your time doing that stuff and searching for it and buying it. Save all your time and money and discipline yourself to dream work only. All in favor say aye. Aye. Working the plan. The Unstoppables believe in the power of hard work. We got a Top Flight seminar coming up in Las Vegas in about a month or so. I got to be honest with you. I probably will never put in a quarter. My wife probably will put in, and she's so stinking tight. She might spend $20 because she loves the entertainment. But now let me help you with something here. There's a reason why I won't be putting in a quarter more than likely. It isn't because I'm so spiritual. I'd like to tell you that, well, you know, if you were as godly as I am, you wouldn't do it. No, that isn't the reason. It's because I don't think I'm going to win. It's not where I'm banking my retirement on. You see, I drive down the strip and I look at their buildings and I look at mine and I'm thinking they're winning. So I'm not going to try to beat them because they're ahead. Does everybody get it? See, when I'm looking at what I do, I'm not going to compete with people that I can't compete with. Does everybody get it? Dream work only, the unstoppable. Not looking for lottery, not looking for tricks, not looking for patient manipulation stuff. No government handouts, no entitlements. It takes work to live the dream. Does everybody get it? That guy didn't just jump in the pool. He's had to work at the stuff. At no arms and no legs, he dedicates himself to working toward accomplishing some things, even though there's obstacles. And did you notice, he doesn't ask somebody to get in and swim with him. He doesn't ask for somebody to help him get up. Did you notice? Did you notice he didn't say, I've been knocked down, and if you were any kind of human being at all, you'd help me up. He didn't ask to be helped up. He picked himself up. Come on. Is that good or what? Pretty important. That's the unstoppables. Number 3 that stops the 98% is comfort. People get too comfortable where they are. Let's kind of talk about what I'm talking about. See, the unstoppables are never, I guess I would say, content. They're always on a mission. Unstoppable people are on a mission. And there's a lot of people that don't even understand it because they'd say, if I had this or if I had that, I wouldn't be doing anything. But that's kind of one reason why you don't have this and you don't have that. The unstoppables just don't stop because they're on a mission. Let me give you a couple examples. Why are there not more $2 million practices in chiropractic? It isn't because there isn't a need. It isn't because it doesn't work. It isn't because it couldn't happen. We have a number of $2 million practices in integrity. But why isn't it the norm? Let me tell you why. It isn't the norm because doctors stop before they get there. And why do they stop before they get there? They stop before they get there because they get comfortable before that. There is no feeling of need to get to 2 million. They get comfortable, let's say, at 1 million. And so then they stop. Why are there not more $1 million practices? It isn't because it can't be done. It's because that doctor got comfortable at $500,000 first, and then just stopped going from there. Wow, we had a client just in this past week, unusually enough. They called and they wanted to convert after 1 year. We said, wow, is there a problem? It looks like you're doing great. He said, I'm doing awesome. I have grown. This has been fantastic. It's been just what we needed. We have soared. We're doing fantastic. So why are you talking about leaving? Well, because we're happy where we are. Wowee. So naturally we got to stop in like we did and say, well, you're wrong here. You don't stop because you're comfortable. Why, you guys? Let's talk about that for a little bit. You don't stop at comfortable because you're not doing this to make a living. You're doing this to make a difference. You're doing this to make history. You're doing this to change the health of your community. We're doing this so that we, collectively, can be the true ones to change healthcare and to reform healthcare. Reforming healthcare isn't a law that's passed. It's a people that know how to heal the land. And you know how to do it. And you know how to do it naturally. And so the awesomeness of what we're looking at here is that you can't stop because you're comfortable. Why? Because you're not supposed to be doing this for you. This is a service. This isn't an income. This is not a job. This is a calling and a purpose and a direction that you have to understand. That if you get caught up in your income level instead of your purpose, then you're fouled up. What would you think, everybody, if you heard a minister say, I don't want any more lost people. We're already doing 2 services. I don't want to do 3. We got plenty of people. We got plenty of views. I got a good income. So everybody else can just go to hell. What do you think, everybody? Honest to goodness, what do you think? You want them to send everybody to hell because they're making a nice stinking living? Or they're already doing 2 services and they don't want to do 3? Suck it up, bucko. If there's 100 people and 99 of them are in the church and 1 isn't, what are you supposed to do? You go get the 1. Now let me ask you guys, do you really just want to sit back and watch people decay? People are living a long time now, and they're not taking care of their structure, and they are not allowing the body to heal itself naturally. And so naturally, when they get to be 60 and say they can't even move and they can't enjoy life, and now they're living to be 70 and 80 and 90, aren't they? Don't you think they should be able to move when they get there? Don't you think they ought to be able to move when they get there? Don't you care about how they feel? Don't you care about their health? Do you want to see them miserable? Hello, do you? Do you want to see them suffer? Do you want to see them not be able to get out of the water from the ocean? You know what you need to do, you guys? You need to travel with me. I live in Sarasota, and so I always have to fly in and out of Sarasota. You ought to be with me in Sarasota. I'm telling you, they pre-board people before everybody can board. They pre-board the people who need help. It's half the stinking plane. When you're going to Sarasota, it's half the plane. I'm the first one that's supposed to board, and I'm the last one on because everybody else needed help. And you know why? Because the chiropractor didn't do their job. You're not supposed to make a living. You're supposed to change their health. Get out there. If you got 15,000 people in your community, how many of them need chiropractic care? 15,000. Then don't talk to me about your stupid income. I don't care what you make. I care that they get well. Do you?
Yes.
Me too. You thought you set back far enough to not have to take this abuse, didn't you? Oh, well. Man, do you guys get what I'm saying here? Do you understand? I don't give a rip about your comfort. I care about your purpose. Get on purpose or get out and do something that will make a difference. Make history. Don't be a stinking slob. All in favor, say aye. Aye. John Steinbeck, an American Pulitzer Prize author, wrote these words. We now face the danger that in the past has been the most destructive to humans. Destructive to humans. Success, comfort, and ever-increasing leisure. No dynamic people has ever survived these dangers. My biggest fear for you is that you're doing good and you get off purpose. Discontent is the key. Anybody who knows me well knows that I live discontented, much to the dismay of my wife and family and most staff people probably. It's like, why don't you just sit down and enjoy the day? But you see, there's a mission. You guys, I want us to get on to the calling, the purpose. We need to stop promoting everything but chiropractic and realize that the reason that we're in this room is because of chiropractic, not in spite of it. It is not archaic. It has not seen its time. It is in its prime. And we need to understand its power and its significance. Chiropractic is being sold out right now, you guys. Sold out for everything in the world. And it makes me mad. And I'm not going to take it anymore. The truth of the matter is, if I have to kick you guys in the tail forever and ever, I'm going to tell you something. You think that your purpose in life, you really think that you were called to be a Jenny Craig clinic? Come on, man. Is there anything wrong with weight loss? No, but that's not your calling. It isn't WL after your name, weight loss. It's DC, doctor of what? Don't you forget it. And we need ethical business management, and we need somebody to rise up and stick up for. Oh yeah, you got to do weight loss. And why do you got to do weight loss anyway? I'll tell you why you got to do it. You got to do it because it just explodes. Everybody comes in. Oh yeah, you're right. The ACA changes October from Chiropractic Awareness Month to Weight Loss Awareness Month. To weight awareness? You really think nobody's aware of weight? You really think? Go look on the magazine racks. See if you can find a magazine with a diet on it. They're not there. Everyone you turn to, everyone you look at, the front cover of every one of them says chiropractic, 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 chiropractic. And we're just so inundated with chiropractic stuff, right? We're so inundated with it that, wow, we can't find anything on weight loss. Are you guys really this oblivious? There isn't a magazine without a diet in it, is there? And by the way, a diet that can lose 170 pounds in 3 days. That's the way to go. And the ACA said, yeah, here's where we need to go. This is where the market is in weight loss because 60% of America is overweight. Am I the only one who knows? What percent have spines? Come on, what percent? 100, that's a pretty good market. 100. Most of you in here have one. The ACA needs one.
Yep.
Get it, it's chiropractic. I shouldn't have to tell you this. You should be telling me. I should be the one begging you to do all the goofball stuff, and you should be telling me, no, it's chiropractic. Come on. The unstoppables have the power of purpose. Get on it. I want you to change your community. Come on, Solomon, you know what I want you to do? I want you to change your community. Do you think you can?
Yes.
Can you change your community? Can you change their health?
Yes.
Can you change their future?
Yes.
Can you change them from a future of decay and hurting and unable to get on the plane without help?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
It's yes, sir. I'm kidding. If you guys came to Spectacular, you'd understand that statement. How many of you were at Spectacular? He was great, wasn't he? It entered my mind anyway. So here's the deal. Get on purpose. Heal the land. There are 7 billion people on this planet. 7 billion. There's only 66,000 who know how to get the body well naturally, without drugs, without knives, without anesthesia. There's only 60,000. Do the math. You're 0.001%. And you're running from it. You should be proud. And you should be on purpose. Because very few people can walk into a room and give somebody health and life and free them of dis-ease. Very few people can remove the interference that's messing the body up. Because I happen to be a very strong believer, let me tell you something. God heals the body. And He uses you as an instrument. And you don't even want to do it? You've got a purpose. Get on it. I don't care what your stinking income is. Let me tell you this right now, if it might help you a little bit, I will tell you this. I make a pretty good income. I'll gladly compare my income with anybody in here. So what in the world am I doing here? I really could be on a boat. What am I doing here? I've got a purpose, for crying out loud. I've got a mission. I've got a calling. And I'm going to fill it. And you know what my calling is? To kick you in the ever-loving tail and get you doing what you're supposed to do. Chiropractic. Heal the land. Heal the people. Love the people, care about the people, heal the people. Love them, care about them, heal them. You know how to do it. Nobody else knows how. Get on the stick. All in favor say aye. Get spurred up. I don't know if that's a word or not. If it isn't, it is now. It should be. Get a spur to be so successful that it enables you to do amazing things for your family, for your community, for your church. The spur is your 5-year plan. Get on it and pay attention. Doctor, all afternoon we've got you focused on one thing. I want you to focus on 2 words. Finish strong. We got November and December. I don't care what the first 10 months are. I care about these last 2 right now. Finish strong. And you're going to be focused on together as a group at each table. You're going to be focused on those things that will enable you to finish strong. Go for the purpose. 4th thing that stops the 98% is they always want the immediate. I'm afraid that greatness is going to be lost simply because it can't be accomplished in a month. It can't be accomplished in a year. Greatness is not a fast food. Greatness is not a FedEx package. You can't get it overnight. It isn't express anything in greatness, but we want to express everything. So let's talk about a few areas that include everybody. Why is it that 98% of the people aren't rich? Because it takes time. I'll show you how clueless we are about understanding greatness and even rich. People will get up in front of you and tell you that somebody is rich because they make $250,000 a year collectively as a husband and wife. I can't tell you how financially stupid that is. Let me tell you why. You can overspend, for instance, at any income level, and at the end of the day still have a credit card debt and still be broke. You don't get rich with your income. If you spend more than you make, you're dirt broke, no matter what your income level is. Do you need some examples? The government. How many of you think the government has a pretty good income? I would think that, $3.5 trillion would probably be rich. And we're broke. And we're having to print money. And we're having to borrow from other countries. Wouldn't you think we'd be rich? Now let me help you with the principle. Rich has nothing to do with income. Rich has to do with doing the right, responsible things for a long period of time. So when we brought our top flight doctors to Sarasota for a financial seminar there, I was showing them the financial principles, and here's what we did. I showed them how they could have a $26 million net worth. Now, how many of you think that's good? Now, here's the deal that you got to get, though. It is, and is it doable? Oh, it's not even that hard, but there is a catch. I'm telling you up front, there is a catch. You can't get there with a good income. It ain't going to happen. The truth of the matter is, you guys, it takes time to get there. It was a 20-year plan of doing the right things for 20 years. That's what makes you rich. As a country, we need to do the right thing for 20 years. I just want you to understand, it takes time. I want you to understand that one of my favorite quotes here is, the secret to success is the constancy of purpose. There are no shortcuts. The truly successful know this. You don't become an Olympian in a month. You just don't. It's a goofy expectation. Therefore, when we look at net worth, which, by the way, just to show you, did you know that the average net worth of a 50-year-old American, the average net worth is a negative net worth? Now here's what that means. That means that they owe more money than they own in possessions. So if you add up all the things they have and you add up all the debts they have, they owe more than they have at 50. Now does that mean that they haven't made any money? No, they've made a lot of money. They just didn't fulfill the... It stops the 98%. Do you all get what I'm saying? You have to catch this principle. So a practice has a record month. And you know what they do after they have a record month? They lay back. They stop doing the same stuff. And then it drops, and then they hit it again. And then it drops, and then they hit it again. Rather than consistently doing the right things every month. Same thing is true for the year. A record year. Here's what you have to do, and I want you to say these words. You've got to start doing this. Think 5 years. Everybody say that.
Think 5 years.
How long do you need to do the right thing?
5 years.
That's right. 5 years. Think 5 years. How long do you need to do new patient activities?
5 years.
See, here's the deal, you guys. You have a month, you quit. You have a good year, you quit. No. You got to think long term. You got to realize that you got to do all the right stuff for a long period of time. One of the famous phrases in management is this: it works so well, we stop doing it. Here's what happens to you, which is why you're here, by the way. Procedures fade over time. They just do. I don't know where they go. Do you know? Have you ever not checked on your procedures and then checked on them a year or 2 or 3 later? And all of a sudden you find out, wowee, well, when did we stop doing this? I don't know. Did we have a staff meeting that said stop doing it? No, it wasn't that we ever said stop. It's just that it fades, doesn't it? It just starts fading. I think it's because we're in the sun too long. I don't know. New patient activities fade over time. Focus fades over time. Endurance is the key. The reason the business goes out the window is because you get tired of it. Now here's the most, I want everybody to get this phrase. This is one of the most important ones you'll get all day long. Are you ready for this? If you do the 5-year plan for 5 years, you're going to love the results. You see, it isn't the 5-year plan that makes you successful. It's the 5-year plan for 5 years that makes you successful. We want to accomplish the 5-year plan in 5 months. Well, Keith, why are we going to make a commitment for 5 years? You're telling me everything I want to know. You're telling me you don't have a clue as to what makes people successful. You can't live the dream in 5 months. Everybody, you can't live the dream in 5 months. It's stupid. It takes time. It takes endurance. You got to be committed for the long haul. It takes 5. You need to think 5 years. Think long term. So everybody, I want us to say this line. Do it. If you do the 5-year plan, say it with me. If you do the 5-year plan for 5 years, you will love the results. How long should you do the 5-year plan?
5 years.
Sounds easy, but most people don't do it. You do it for 5 years. The unstoppable win with the power of endurance. One of my favorite scriptures. It's not the one who runs the swiftest, or the one who shines for the day, but the one who endureth to the end. He shall be saved. What does that mean? Wins. Success. I don't care what you did for the moment. I want you to be committed to the plan. Think 5 years. Don't shine for a day. Shine for the life. All in favor say aye. Aye. I'm doing good. Life is good. Number 5. 98% stop because they have gone as far as they can go. That includes mom and pop practices. See, most of you are accomplishing as a practice what you can accomplish. And you need to expand the circle and not just accomplish what you can. The Unstoppables have a dream, and the dream demands a team. And it's a team that won't let them stop. You need to be sure that you are circled by eagles instead of vultures. I assigned all of integrity management to I gave them an assignment this weekend. I'll give you the same thing since you hear about it. How many of you have seen Secretariat? If you haven't seen it, then you need to go. I'm going to give you one clue to watching Secretariat, because I'm really not interested in your evaluation of how good an actor the horse was or anything like that. Hoping the horse will win an Emmy. Oh well. Remember this statement as you watch it. The horse is the 5-year plan. If you just think of that and watch the movie, you might get it. It requires an understanding of even those that you put around you. And that's a great movie. That'd be a good one to watch as an example. But here's the Unstoppables have the power of team. Let me give you an example. I believe that there is out there somewhere, I should look for you, a grand piano. Now let's say that I want that grand piano up here on this platform so that I can play for you. Where's the excitement? Thank you, I hear that hand. Let's say that I want that piano out there. In fact, it may even be on the first floor. I want that piano up here on the platform. So I go out there and I start trying to push that thing. And I try to pick up that thing. And I can't move it. I can't budge it. I can't lift it. So I just decide that it can't be done. Now, I not only need the piano up here, but I also need the stool. I can bring the stool. I just can't bring the piano. So at best, I'm probably going to opt to bringing the stool up here, or I may just opt to not do anything. And then just say, well, I really don't care. Didn't really want the piano anyway. Now, here's the funny thing about that decision. I have got over 350 people in this room. Why am I out there straining with the piano, trying to move it, and trying to get in here, and giving up when 350 of us could get it in here in 2 minutes and not even break a sweat? The difference is in the incorporation of a team as opposed to me doing it myself. How many times have you ever said, thought, and everything else, if you want it done right, it's just better just to do it yourself? Yeah, oh yeah, I'm the one. Team is better. How are you doing with the team concept? Let's talk about it. When you have a great dream, it's heavy and it's big. Can't be moved by one person. Your dream, for instance, demands a coach in your circle. Doctor, I want to tell you this. It's important for you to get. One of the best business decisions you ever made was getting a coach like you have. Now pay attention. A coach is essential to hitting a great dream. Now, by the way, if all you want to do is move a stool, you don't need a coach. If all you want to do is bring the bench up here, you're right, you don't need a coach. But if you're going to move the piano, you're going to need a big team. Now, you incorporated the help of a coach. I was talking to a couple several months ago about joining Integrity, and I found out that he was the doctor and she was an Olympian cyclist. I thought that was pretty cool. I said, really? Because I get impressed by stuff like that. I said, I guess I don't have to tell you about the importance of having a coach. She said, oh no. She said, now I will tell you this. She said, anybody can ride a bike. But if you're going to be an Olympian, you got to have a coach. Do you guys catch the difference? You're going to make history. You're going to heal the land. You're going to get your community under chiropractic care. You're going to have help. You must have a coach. On your own, here's what you'll do. On your own, you'll quit. Do the 98% have a coach? No, they don't. And the majority quit. On your own, you will wimp out. On your own, you will opt for just the chair and not the piano. You need somebody to keep setting you straight on the dream. Kind of like I'm doing right now. How many of you are feeling a little more on purpose now than you were before you came in? Now let me ask you. The reason that happens is because it's important that everybody has somebody kicking them in the tail. I'll give you an example. Let me give you a quick one. This is an easy one. We started, like during the summertime, I think it was, we started sending out a bunch of good news emails. Just little tidbits of, this doctor said this doctor said, this doctor just had this happen, and it's just a little picture of the things happening all over the country. So we started sending these good news emails. So then we were having a staff meeting on Monday morning, and the staff said, well, I'm thinking that we should stop sending out those emails. I said, why would we do that? She said, well, because, she said, we're having people unsubscribe. They're unsubscribing? Yeah, I don't think they want to be bothered by the good news emails. So maybe we should just stop doing it. Now see, I realize I think differently than the rest of the world. I'm a nut. But my response is totally the opposite. My response isn't so we quit sending out emails. My response was, get on the phone and call them and tell them, are you an idiot or what? You don't unsubscribe to good news? My word, man. You know how many women Tiger Woods has had, but you don't want good news about somebody's succeeding in chiropractic. Are you nuts? You're experts in the wrong stinking stuff. You know more about Brett Favre than you know about successful chiropractic. What is wrong with you? Stop it. I told him, get on the phone, tell him to subscribe back. Why? Because you do stupid stuff. By the way, just so that nobody's offended, how many of you in here have ever done stupid stuff? How many of you have done stuff so stupid you can't even explain why you did it? How many of you have ever said, what was I thinking? The reason you have a coach is because you do stupid stuff. And you just occasionally need somebody to say, that was stupid. Now see, we were going to change doing the right thing because you did something stupid. No. Get on the phone, tell them, subscribe back. If you don't have time to be thrilled by somebody else's success, you're too stinking busy doing stupid stuff. You should read that thing and celebrate. As a matter of fact, you should ring the bell. You remember that? You should ring the bell. Oh, but no, you're too busy unsubscribing. What are you thinking? Oh. Sometimes you give me a heart attack, but I'm over it now. Subscribe back. All in favor say aye. Aye. So we call our coaches dream makers, and we do it for a reason. It's dream makers. We're going to make you hit the dream even if you don't want to. Even if you want to wimp out. Have you ever had the feeling with patients, for instance? Have you ever had the feeling that you wanted them to be well more than they wanted to be well?
Sure.
That's the way I feel about you guys sometimes. I'm wanting you to live the dream more than you're wanting to live the dream. Live the stinking dream. You'll like it. It's a good thing. It's worth the price. All in favor say aye. Aye. And also, here's another thing. You need a staff that won't let you quit either. You need a staff that is committed 1,000% to the dream, because a dream demands a team. And everybody, don't you like these round tables, by the way? I like these round tables. They're pretty cool. You talk more and you see it. You need a team to accomplish a great dream. So let me just tell you something, staff, because I have a whole other view of your purpose and your job description than maybe your doctor has. You see, rats, I don't care if you can fill out a Medicare form, even though, you know, I do, but I don't. You can do it. But that's not your main purpose. I know that you can fill out the appointment book. That's not your main purpose. You know what your main purpose is? You're standing up for the dream. You're working for the dream. You want to heal the land. You want to reform health care. You want to love patients, care about patients, and care about them being well. You love it. That's the team. The other stuff comes in handy. But that's the job description. Have you got the job description? That's what I want. I want passion, bucko. I want love. I want drive. I want desire. I want suck it up. Have you ever gone somewhere, for instance? Have you ever gone somewhere? Okay, a waiter comes up to your table or something like this, but this is the price you guys pay for sitting this close. Have you ever, he set you here. I don't know. You set us here? Good job. See, there's passion. I like it. Back to why I'm here. Have you ever gone to a restaurant, for instance, a waiter comes up and you say, how you doing? And he says, fine, in about 15 minutes, that's when I get off. Have you ever heard that, you guys? How many of you have heard that before? Yeah. What in the world? Does that make you sick or what? I'll tell you what your job description is. Make the dream happen. That's your job description. There's a dream. Make the dream happen. What am I supposed to do? Make the dream happen. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay, everybody stand up. Stand up. Come on, everybody stand up. Stand up. How many of you ever been to a football game before? Have you ever seen a huddle? You know what they do? You know what? They have a huddle every stinking play. Have you noticed that before? They even run one play. They don't do it. They don't do it once before the game. They have one before every play. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Doctor, get in the middle. Doctor, get in the middle of your staff. Get in the middle of your staff, and I want you to huddle. Huddle. Huddle, you guys, huddle. Gather around and huddle. I want to see huddle. Huddle. Okay, now don't get ahead of me here. You're getting ahead of me. Don't get ahead of me. Huddle. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I want every staff person, I want you to look at that doctor, and I want each one of you to say, we're not going to stop till we hit the dream. Say it. Oh, man, that sounds awesome. Say it again. Now, we're going to say it one more time, and then we're going to go break. We're not going to stop. Break. Yay! Awesome. Okay, you can have a seat. I know, some of you are thinking that's stupid. But here's the truth, a football team does it all the time. Truth of the matter is, that's your job description. We hit the dream. Doctor, let me just give you a real quick management key. You can get people to pull you down for free. You don't have to pay them. You can get it for nothing. Just turn on that TV. But if you're going to be together, we might as well be committed to the dream. All in favor say aye? Aye. Good stuff. Also, here's another thing, and this one of the things we're changing. You need to be committed to understanding when you're going to accomplish the dream, you circle yourself with eagles. Not only was it a big, important decision for you to have a coach, but I'll tell you another big, important decision that we haven't done properly until now because I finally got it. I was a little slow on it, but I got it now. This is a great crowd of great people, and you need to know them. The problem is we have come in way too individually, and we have not utilized the resource of the integrity family like we should have. To be so surrounded by so many great people and to not know them and use them as resources is like having a huge wealth of a library and never reading a book. The truth of the matter is, I want you to make this a priority, to utilize the integrity family. I will tell you, because of the classes this afternoon, we went with the rounds. Now that we've gone with the rounds, even though we won't do what we're doing this afternoon all the time, the truth is I'm going to probably stay with the rounds because I think people are talking to each other more. I think it has created more conversation. I think it's created more one person getting to know another person, and I like that. The truth of the matter is, you guys, this afternoon, one of the real keys to the afternoon is you're going to get to know other people. And you're going to get to grow from the resources of other people. In this room alone is a huge resource of brains that we need to utilize. And I realized it from the Top Flight seminars because that's more the format we use in Top Flight, and we haven't used it here. So we're going to incorporate some of those Top Flight keys to the conference here. You should also know one of the changes we made, and I will tell you the reason why. You may have seen this week. I think it was just this week, wasn't it? Just this week we changed your client connection page so that when you got on the client connection page, the first page is I am space instead of the other. Why is that? Here's the reason. We want you to get on I am space because that's where the doctors are. That's where the people are. You can go on that thing, you can get in, you can have your own chat groups. You can have your own group discussions. You can have your own chat rooms. You can have your own conversations and utilize the resources of all the other doctors. And we haven't got you moved there. So now it's just front and center. Just like I tell you to subscribe back, I'm telling you, get on I Am Space and start talking, for crying out loud. All in favor say aye. Aye. New for 2011 is another thing. We're going to start phone support groups as well. And in session 1, I'm going to be talking about the 12 success essentials that we have to revolve around. And I want you getting on the phones, talking to each other about each one of those things so that we make sure we are doing the right thing, focused on the right thing. Utilize the Integrity family. I think you're going to love this. It's going to be at all different times. Will it get a rough start? Yeah, anything new will get a rough start. But man alive, it's going to be worth the start. It's going to be worth the we'll do some things right. We'll do some things wrong when we do it. It'll get on and there'll probably be some technical difficulties. I mean, some of that stuff's going to happen, isn't it? That doesn't mean you don't do it. It just means we work through it and pretty soon we nail it. But the important thing is you get the power that comes from team to accomplish the dream. You also need, because your dream is great and it requires a team, you need your family and friends that won't let you quit. You know, I find it interesting, you guys. There are a lot of people who do not live the dream and they use their family as their excuse. How come you're not coming to the conference? Oh, well, we've got a game or blah, blah, blah. And they use their family as an excuse. Now, let me just tell you something. My dad was a pastor for 40 years. It isn't like the church world today, really. I mean, you know, he was pastor of a church of about 50 people. And in those days, you know, we were supposed to know everybody, and we would go what was called calling, and we'd go into people's homes, and it was important that you were in everybody's home, you know, like every 6 months or something. So me and my sister, we spent a lot of time just in people's homes and stuff. And so the four of us, we'd go to these people's homes, and we'd always visit, and blah, 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 blah. And always at the end, my dad or my mom would always say, well, we better be going. We've got to put the kids to bed. That was always the line. Yeah, we got to get the kids in bed, so we better be going. You know, finally, when I got in the car and I said, Dad, you know, when you're ready to go home, just tell them you're ready to go home. Don't blame us. You know, if you're ready to leave, just say, well, we better be going. But don't, well, we got to put the kids to bed. It's amazing how we just grow into blaming the family for everything. Truth of the matter is, teach your family how to live the dream. Teach your family how to make history. Teach your family how to make a difference. Teach your family, and by the way, when you go see Secretariat, that's one of the things you're going to see. She made some dandy sacrifices. In the end, her family was there and teaching, and he said, hey, you taught us something here. Your family wants you to win. And they'll support you. Your friends should also support you and want you to win. If you have a staff that doesn't want you to win, or you have friends that don't want you to win, you need to fire some friends. Get some new ones. Get some eagles and get rid of the vultures. If they're going to hold you back, they're not good. All in favor say aye. Number 5, or 6 or something. It seemed like I said 5 twice. Tangents stop. I think I did. Rats, it only took me 5 weekends to figure that out. Tangents stop the 98%. Tangents stop the 98%. You were on your way to the dream, and something happened. You got off. You were on the way going where you're supposed to go, and you got off. Yogi Berra says, if you come to a fork in the road, take it. That's kind of how we end up. I mean, how did you get here? I don't know, man. You just kind of got... Tangents gets us off. I'm finally learning. I was all excited about wellness, and I still am until you start misusing it. You know, any good thing can be misused, right? And then you start using it. And you know what wellness? You know what happened to wellness all of a sudden? We've used it as the cover. We've used it as the code word to go off on every tangent in the world. Wellness and chiropractic was not supposed to be two different things. It's supposed to be the same in my mind. But it's become the code word for everything except chiropractic. And the reason this has happened is because there's a lot of people, due to economic pressures, that have been made to think that chiropractic won't cut it anymore. And they're wrong. Let me help you with a couple things. I was telling our top flighters last night, I don't know that I'll go into it very much here, but I do want to say it. I want us to get it. See, integrity and integrity doctors have had so much success that you think that that's the way it's going everywhere. Here's the problem. It's not. And there are a lot of, the huge majority, the 98%, that are hurting really bad. Not just kind of down, but I'm telling you, barely alive. And we not only got to care about the community, but we got to care about these other DCs too. And let me just help you with this. I mean, they are suffocating. And we don't realize it because we're fine. And they don't advertise it. They're not going to come to you and say, I'm suffocating. They're just not going to do it. And I understand that. But they are. So then that causes them to grasp at straws. And they start just reaching for things. So that pretty soon they'll do anything and everything. Did you see about a month or so ago in Chiropractic Economics? There was a full-page advertisement to get you to sell bras. Did you see that? Bras. I'm not kidding you, bras. Over 250 styles of bras. I'm telling you, this is in Chiropractic Economics. I'm not making this up. And it said, no dangerous underwire. There's a relief. You should see the way it's advertised. $1 billion industry, explode your practice. And here's one of the funny parts. Increase referrals. Can we picture this a little bit? Oh, you need to go see Dr. Smith. He's got some amazing bras. You just got to go see him. 250 styles. Whew. And rats, if you get yourself a good bra, they'll probably throw in some pads for your shoes. How goofy are we, you guys? How goofy are we? Now, let me just ask you, let me come back to this. How in the world could it ever get to the point where you're now supposed to sell bras too? It gets to this point because there's a lot of people who are selling out chiropractic and they think chiropractic won't cut it. I'm not in that category, everybody. Are you? Does chiropractic win? Is there anything that can touch chiropractic? Nothing, man. Nothing. Chiropractic is it. They think chiropractic won't cut it. They think now to make it in practice you need to be Jenny Craig, Dr. Phil, a podiatrist, a nutritionist, a GNC store, a shoe store, a cellulite remover, a face and body sculptor, a laser shooter, a shot giver, a bra seller, you know, a wellness clinic. That isn't wellness, everybody. You get it? Honest to goodness. Here's the deal. I took these off of websites sincerely. Here was a quote right off. This is the headline of a website. Not of one of our clients, fortunately. A former one, actually. Boy, did they make a big mistake. Here's what it says. Improving the lifestyles and relationships of humanity, one person at a time. Would you listen to that? Improving the lifestyles and relationships of humanity? Thank you, Dr. Phil. Are you sure you want to do that? You really want to open your doors to improve their relationships? Are you sure? Okay, so you went to chiropractic college and they taught you how to improve people's relationships? Are you sure? It's DR after your name, Doctor of Relationships. Oh, man. Here's another one. Custom nutrition, anti-aging, pet health, and, I love this, much, much more. In other words, listen, if there's anything you want to buy, tell me and I'll get it for you and sell it to you. We do nails, we do haircuts, we do... Man alive. It's desperate straws for people who don't need to be desperate people. If they would come into this room, they'd find out that they could win as a doctor of... Can we win as a doctor of chiropractic? Absolutely. Now look, I do want to say this. I do like that statement. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Let me just say this. Before you get mad at me, I don't want you to think that I have a halo on. I don't. There's one reason why I can tell you that these tangents don't work. I've done them all. I've lived the tangents. I know the tangents. I know the temptations of all of them, you guys. There is a power, the power of being a specialist. You, and I want everybody to get this because I probably won't do anything any more important today than this. You are constantly bombarded with people trying to offer you success with things that will not get you there. And I want you to understand this. I get that temptation all the time. I am not talking to you with a halo on my head. I have to live what I'm talking to you about, and you understand this. You know, you need to think about this. Before you get mad at me for talking to you like this, you understand that there isn't a 3-month period in my life that I don't get offered the deal of a lifetime by nutritionists, vitamins, supplements, you name it. You really don't think I get offered this stuff? I am the resource of 2,000 doctors. Don't you realize that they drool around me? Do you realize what kind of sales that means for them? Have you ever asked yourself why, when you look at other management companies, that they have 14 other logos on their page? Have you ever wondered why it has those? I'll tell you why. And do you know why I'm the only one who talks the way I'm talking here? Do you know why you don't hear it anywhere else in the profession? It's because I'm the only one that hasn't sold out. Here's the deal. I'm going to tell you what you need because I don't get a commission from all the other crap. Why are those logos on their deals, you guys? Think a minute. Why are those logos on there? Because they get a percentage of the sales. It's that pure and simple. They don't care about you. And you don't think they want me to do it? Most nutrition, vitamins and stuff, you guys, in case you don't know, most of it is a multi-level marketing type of a deal. So if they get me under them, and I have 2,000 under me, they've hit the lottery. And they tell me that I will too. So you understand this. You really don't think that I know what I'm talking to you about? You really don't think I know the temptation of just going for the lottery? You really don't think I know the temptation of easy? You really don't think that I don't have to live what I'm telling you? I could have taken those steps in an absolute heartbeat. And frankly, I could have made, as they say on Dumb and Dumber, a lot. But you can't sell out your principles. You see, I understand what my mission is, and my mission isn't to make a certain amount of money. My mission is here to make sure that you live the dream. And let me tell you something, you guys, and you need to understand this. And Dr. Kaufman, I need to speak to you after this, by the way, and you're one of my favorites on this particular topic, but I want you to get this. I chose chiropractic, and I'm proud of chiropractic. Period. And you know why? Let me tell you why. I want you to understand how it works. In case you guys don't know it, I'm going to tell you how I think about myself. I think I'm pretty good at this. This consulting business, I'm pretty stinking good at it. And there was a time before this that I did it for all types of health care. I did it for dentistry. I did it for medical. Now let me just tell you about some of these things. And optometry, let me tell you about some of these things. This is just being honest with you. It shouldn't be. It's a big crowd. I should do it if there's just 3 of you. But here's the truth. They pay twice as much and they require half as much. That's just the honest truth. They pay big management fees and they don't expect hardly squat. If I was looking for ease and comfort, and if I was looking for income, I'd be there. What's the problem with it? It's not the mission. I chose this on purpose, and I'm proud. All right, do you get that?